Oh, Laiopi, everybody, good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Let me just get some stuff finished over here. Okay, we should be good to go. Knock volume. BGM track is fine. Desktop audio back on. And I am ready. Although I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, here we go. All right. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Umineko Thursday. We're gonna be continuing with more Umineko reading. And I'm trying to remember what we had last time. So last time we got some interesting backstory stuff for Beato, and I was in pain because we saw a certain promise was being made to Battler and Shannon, and Beato is trying to discover her what love means, and Shannon is basically showing her what it means. Thus, we see the promise between her and Battler, and we might find out why Beato likes Battler to begin with. And we might find out that what exactly was it about Battler coming back that set off all the murders. We are pretty close to finishing up all the backstory chapters, so let's see what will happen, right? All right, let's continue. Also, hi Tablespoon. Hello, hello. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. And without further ado, let's begin. I actually, today, I intentionally delayed the stream a little bit because I forgot to charge my iPhone. So I left it charging a little bit before I went live. And I have it plugged on my power bank, but my power bank is also almost running out of battery. So let's see. If the iPhone runs out of battery before I finish tonight, I'll just switch over to webcam. We got the backups. Also, for those who haven't been on the stream last week, this Tuesday I switched over to the living room. My workspace is now elsewhere in the apartment. So on one hand, I can stream a little bit longer. But it might mean that the audio is going to sound a little bit different. So I will be tinkering with the audio here and there. So if I sound a little bit too quiet or too echoey, do let me know, because I actually need to monitor these things. Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Ah. She knows. Oh, Natsu is not happy about it. I just remember Natsu laid it the fuck down for Rudolph in the last chapter, where she was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Oh, she's not. She's not pleased.
それにしても可愛いお嬢ちゃんや。
Yes, small.
名前はなんて言うんや?
Are we ever going to see small Anji?
エンジちゃんですって。
Let me
可愛
see.
らしい名前ね。
やはり仲直りはできなかったのかね。
No?
よりを戻すならこの機会と思ったんだがな。親父に似て頑固なやつでね。
もうバトラ君は帰ってこないの？寂しくなるわ。
Oh, this is like a year after a promise, so let's see.
男には家を飛び出す気概くらいあってもいいもんや。そういう男はな、きっとビッグになって帰ってくるで。
Funny how his prediction was the correct one.
そう？ バトラ君にとってもう今のお家はお家じゃないもの。帰る場所はもはやそこじゃないわ。
よしたまえ。ルドルフの家の都合だ。私たちが詮索することではない。
ありがとう、クラス兄さん。
Yeah, you don't want to set off Kirie.
それは私たち家族の問題です。でもバトラ君がルドルフさんと一緒に暮らせる日が来るよう私も努力をするつもりです。だってエンジェのたった一人のお兄ちゃんなんですから。
ああ、バトラめ、意固地になっちまってて、今は何を言っても逆効果だ。アスムのお父さんがちょっと短気な人でな、焚きつけちまってるみたいでな。
Oh dear.
大丈夫よ。きっと遠くないうちにルドルフさんの気持ちを理解してくれるわよ。
In this case, it's Kirie's parents.
わしらには応援しかでき、仮に帰ってこないにしてもはよう仲直りできるのを祈っとるで。
バトラが来ないとなんだかつまらねえぜ。
It's actually a little bit interesting because Kirie and her sister's relationship with the rest of the family is pretty bad. So it makes me wonder how they accepted Battler in, even though he's if he's not Kirie's son, right?
そうだね。
Shit's boring without Battler.
早くルドルフおじさんと仲直りしてくれればいいのに。
バトラ様の気持ちを考えると辛いです。急に家族が変わっちまったようなもんだしな。家が居心地悪いってのもあるだろうぜ。
男にはいつか独り立ちしなければならない日もある。バトラ君にとってはもうそれが訪れたという話なのかもしれないよ。
そうなのですか？
そうさ。男がいつまでも両親のもとでぬくぬくしていたらかっこ悪いよ。荒々しく巣を飛び出して一旗あげなくちゃいけない。僕もやがてはと思ってたけど彼に先を越されてしまったよ。
一旗あげて立派になったら帰ってきてくれるのでしょうか？
ひょっとしたらもう帰ってこないことも。だってこれは彼にとって巣立ちなのかもしれないのだから。
I see.
巣立ち。
バトラ来なかったわね。
I wonder if George envies Battler for having left the nest while he basically has been struggling to get out of Eva's grasp since forever. Even though, yeah, I feel like George does love his mother, but he, well, in episode 5, I believe, or 6, one of those two. It was episode 6, forgive me, where he basically says he's been wanting to get out of Eva's grasp since forever.
ああ、なんということだ。わらわはシャノンにきっと来るからと何度も言ってしまったぞ。
Yeah, and then there's Battler, and he just ups and leaves. Something that George is like, how? He can just do that, and I can't.
きっとシャノンはバトラが来なくて深く落ち込んでいるに違いない。わらわがいい加減なことを言って希望を持たせてしまったから。
親族会議の今日を張り合いに生きてきたようなもんだしね。彼女の気持ちを考えると。
This is now after 1 year, I believe.
ありがとうございます。私は大丈夫です。
No, you're not. You're not okay. I had been reunited with the witches once again in that dream world. Though I could never remember anything during the day, now that I was in the dream world, I somehow knew that this was a reunion. The witches both look apologetic. Though they had tried to cheer me up by saying that Battler would come today, now that he hadn't come, it was like they'd been lying, and they seemed to regret it heavily.
シャノン、もうお気遣いをありがとうございます。悲しくなんかないと言えば、もう私は大丈夫ですから。そうか？そう なのか？ならば良いのだが。
バトラのやつ派手に喧嘩したもんだからきっと引っ込みがつかなくなっちゃっただけに決まってるわ。男は意地っ張りだもん。
そうであるとも。威勢のいいこと言って飛び出したものだから今さら引っ込みがつかなくなって意地になってしまっただけに違いあるまい。
That, yeah, well, 6 years.
とくればよかったと後悔しているはずだ。そうとも、そうであるとも。
For some reason, they seemed nearly desperate in their attempts to encourage me. It was almost funny to watch. I couldn't help but giggle.
本当にありがとうございます。だって言ったのは皆さんじゃないですか。
A trial to be overcome, yes, that's something that they said. The truth was, I couldn't really fool myself so easily. When will he come back? When will he come for me? When isn't the question. Will he come for me ever? If I start moping right now, the uncertainty and sadness will probably tear me apart. But they've taught me. This is a trial to see whether I really believe in him or not. The very fact that I feel uncertain and anxious is a betrayal of my resolve, and of his promise to come for me someday.
ジョージ様が言ってました。これはバトラさんの巣立ちかもしれないって。
そうよ。これは後ろ宮の生を抜け出て一人の男として羽ばたくという巣立ちなんだわ。
This is interesting that this whole time Gap still doesn't have a name.
よくよく考えれば私たちはまだ若いんですし。
I mean, at least ever since she didn't have the name Beato anymore.
本当に結ばれようと思ったらまだまだ社会的経験も信用も何より年齢が足りません。バトラさんが本当に真剣に考えてくださったならばこそまだ迎えに来られるわけがないんです。見事であるぞ。そうだ、その域であるぞ。よくぞその境地に達した。達せてなんかいません。でも今はそう思うことにします。それが試練でバトラさんを信じるということなんですから。
If he had come today, then today I would have had to tell Madam that I wanted to quit my job as a servant. However, was I really prepared to do that? Last night, I kept worrying about whether Butler-san would come or not. Thanks to that, not only did I not have the resolve to quit my job, I hadn't even started on the paperwork to do so. In short, I still don't have the determination that I promised him that day. I'm sure that God knew that. Butler will come for me when I've found my determination. I wasn't determined, so it's only natural that he didn't come today. That is some serious copium. Yeah, it all makes sense now.
だからきっとバトラさんがいらっしゃらなかったのは私の決意がまだだったからです。彼が来てくれるかをしっかりと信じることもできなかった私ではそれも当然です。おそらくバトラもそうであったに違いないぞ。そなたを迎えに行くだけの決意や覚悟がまだまだ足りなかったに違いない。
神様は薄情じゃないわ。二人の気持ちが本当に近づいた時必ず二人を引き合わせてくれるわ。
Oh my god, I love this.
彦星のようにね。
I love that it's these two giving Shannon a pep talk. That's so cute.
今年の七夕はたまたま天気が悪かった。今日のことはその程度に思おうと思います。
That's how I'd like to think about it. I have no other choice. Patra-san, when will you come home? And thus the next year? Ah!
でも
We're back to the viewers.
6年後の話だ。だいぶ先の話になる。
このままこんな辛い気持ちのまま 6年も待ち続けるというのですか。来年こそはと毎年待ちわびるのは、それはもう永遠に待ち続けるにも等しいものでした。
Oh, pain.
痛々しい話ね。あなたがしたと思ってる約束を当のバトラは全く意識していなかったようだし。
Oh, come on, Burn. Don't be like that.
バトラ君はルドルフおじさんに似てキザな言い回しを好むこともありました。そんな言い回しが誤解を与えたのかも。
バトラはきっといつか後ろから女に刺されるわね。まあつまりこれはそういう物語なわけかしら。
Oh my god, Burn is laying in.
意味が宿れば人の人生を左右することだってある。軽率な言葉は人を殺せるかもしれねえ。
Alright, that's one scene.
第7章、恋の目、恋の根。
Sprout of love and root of love. Okay, 1 year later. That's year 2 now. 4 years until the incident. Oh dear.
ですよね。
Ah, Mammon.
男ってどうしてもリルとバカばっかになるんでしょうね。
Jessica's room was filled with laughter.
なんつうかさ、幻滅するわけだぜ。ちょっと大人びててかっこいいかなって思った人がさ、クラスの男どもで群れてる時にゲビた話して下品な声で笑ってるの見ちゃうとさ。
She's like, God damn it, the horny boys.
の男の方ってすごい子供っぽいですものね。まあ、それを言ったら女も同じようなもんですけど。
This is a pretty interesting combination. The fun chat between girls continued without end. Tonight, Kraus and Natsu were out late at a meeting on Nijima. Most of the time, Natsu was always watching, so Jessica would always make sure to be curt with the young servants. But when Natsu wasn't around, Jessica never did that. She had invited the servants of similar age to her room, and they were chatting away noisily. At that age, everyone wants to know about love. Thanks to the rigid and constricting ways Jessica had been brought up, she enjoyed talking about it all the more.
お嬢様だって素敵だし、お年頃だし、気になる男の子がいらっしゃるんじゃないですか？
恋はしてえけど、気になる男子ってなかなかな。
Yet, I wonder when Kanon comes in.
お嬢様はもっと恋に積極的でもいいと思うんです。余裕ぶってられるのも今のうちですよ。友人の誰かが付き合いだしたなんてことになったら急に世界がひっくり返りますよ。
そんなわけねえじゃん。私の友達に裏切り者はいねえぜ。多分。
ああ、ダメ。女の友情で一番信用ができないのが恋の出し抜きです。お嬢様だって素敵な人と知り合ったら絶対友人なんて裏切って付き合っちゃいますって。
That's an interesting way to see it.
シャノンはどうなんだよ。私ばっかりでずるいぜ。シャノンも話せよ。
私はそういう方が身近におりませんし。
Yet. I mean, she does. It's just exactly how she said. Not around. He's far, far away, and like Orihime and Hikeboshi, I don't get to see him very often. In fact, I don't even know when I'll be able to see him again. However, I believe that he'll come for me someday. I believe it. That's year 2.
彼氏作るなら一緒だぜ。約束したもんな。
Oh boy, the pain. Knowing that the whole thing with Shannon and Kanon as well as with Jessica in Tao, the whole thing with only one can be in a couple. Man, man, the pain.
ああ、シャノンちゃんみたいな子に限って案外早く一抜けしちゃうもんですよ。
シャーノン、白状しろ。本当に付き合ってるやつはいないよな。なあなあ。
Not yet.
いませんよ。本当です。
本当に？
本当です。
私たち恋人作るのは一緒だからね。絶対だぜ。嘘ついたら針千本のません。
Oh god, porcupine fish?
約束します。
それは嘘をついてる顔ですよ。絶対この中でシャノンちゃんが一抜けする。私にはわかるんです。奥手そうな子がいつもみんなを出し抜くんです。
the way she's going in.
この野郎！白状しろ！白状しろ！
She can't.
お許しください、お嬢様。くすぐったい。
And so another Sunday afternoon passed by. Oh my god, they're so cute. The both of them are too cute. Jessica and Shannon. I worked my way out of the fight and looked up at the sky through the window. Is Padra-san happily chatting away with his friends somewhere right now, just like I am? And as I think of you like this, are you thinking of me? But if I ask that, it's the same as admitting that I don't trust you. Oh wait. And when you do come for me, I'll announce then and there that I'm quitting my job. I've already prepared myself to do so. But you haven't come yet. That isn't because you won't come, but because I'm not determined enough yet, right? It's because I haven't clearly envisioned a future with you, right? I'll wait. No matter how long. Until you come for me riding a white horse. I will always treasure our promise. The promise of our precious resolve.
男と約束なんかしちゃダメです。当てになりませんって。
Thinking that she had read my mind, I spun around. Of course she hadn't, but...
やっぱその辺さ、男と女で価値観ってかなり違うと思うんだよ。
違います。基本的に女の子は夢見がちで、男は何も考えてなくて適当って感じです。
異性同士で心を通わせるってやっぱ無理なのかな。
相当難しいと思いますね。女はすぐに相手のことが分かったような気になっちゃう悪癖がありますから、男の言う特に深い意味のない言葉にいちいち何かを感じてしまって勝手に勘違いしちゃうって結構。
ああ、いるそういう子。はために見てどう見ても大したこと言われてないのに、一方的に彼は私に気があるとか言っちゃってる子。
Oh no.
いる。
女の一方的な勘違いって痛々しいですもんね。
Oh man. The pair of them laughed together. Oh no. When a girl gets the wrong idea. Could that be me? No, that can't be. After all, Batra-san clearly made a promise. He said he'd come for me riding a white horse. I mustn't doubt. I'm sure this conversation I'm hearing is just another one of God's trials. So I won't listen. I won't care about it.
勝手に心が通じたとか思っちゃう痛い女の子にだけはなりたくねえぜ。
Oh no! Those demonic sneers tormented me and tried to lead me astray. I'm sure he'll come to the next family conference, and then he didn't. Oh, Shannon. But Batra-san didn't appear at the 1982 conference either. Bit by bit, things were changing from the way they'd been at the last family conference he'd come to. Everyone had gotten completely used to Kiria-sama, Rudol-sama's new wife, and she came down off the boat with a familiar stride. Her daughter Angel-sama was growing well, and all of the family focused their attention on her. Even Maria-sama, though she was still tiny, was already 5 years old. She was full of energy and old enough to enjoy playing with George-sama. Daisuke and George-sama had already stopped talking about Batra-san's absence. It was the same with the other relatives too. No one touched on the subject, as though they had forgotten that Batra-san was missing. Maria-sama had only been 3 when she'd last seen Batra-san. It was doubtful whether she even remembered him. In just 2 years, all trace of your existence has been erased from the Ushiromiya family conference. That made me sad, and so...
今年もバトラ様はお帰りになられませんでしたね。
そうだね。彼が来なくて寂しいかい？
それはその
ルドルフおじさんたちも彼の話を切り出さないし、どうやら僕たちが思ってたよりもずっとバトラ君は本気だったみたいだね。
あいつ本気でもう帰ってこねえのかな。
やっぱりあれは巣立ちだったんだよ。
Oh dear.
新しい人生のステージに向かって羽ばたいていった。そういうことじゃないのかな。
無鉄砲のはちゃめちゃなやつだったけど、ま、男ってのはそういうもんなのかもしれねえぜ。
彼のことだからね。新しい生活もきっと順応して楽しく元気にやっていると思う。だから心配しなくていいと思うよ。
When George-sama said that with a smile, I felt a bit uncertain. What does he mean by there's no reason to worry? I'm sure he's enjoying himself.
バトラのことだから、私たちのことなんかケロッと忘れて楽しくやってるんだろうぜ。
No! Oh dear.
うん、きっとそうだよ。そして僕はそれが一番だと思うな。バトラ君は自分と家族、そして亡くなったお母さんのことを考えて新しい生き方を自ら選択したなら、その新しい人生にまっすぐに生きてほしいね。後ろ宮家のことなんて忘れてしまうくらいがちょうどいいよ。
Oh my god. George-sama smiled at me as though expecting me to agree. Oh no! But George's already making his move. After a moment of shock, I smoothed my expression over and found the expression he was expecting. Is Batra-san living happily, having forgotten about the family, about me, about our promise? That can't be true. It just can't be. Batra-san must be looking forward to that day of decision just like me. I'm not mistaken about that. He promised me. He said he'd come riding a white horse. I never asked him to say that. He said he'd come for me on the day I resolved myself to live life for his sake. He made that promise himself. Sorry, for 2 years, I've believed that. I've done all I could to make it through God's trials and the whisperings of demons that tried to throw me from my path. And yet, the things both George-sama and Jessica-sama are saying are so cruel. Batra-san has forgotten about us and has started a new life? Why are they telling such lies? But that night, I dreamed of Batra-san for the first time in a long while. The Batra-san in my dream wasn't the Batra-san I believed in. It was the Batra-san that George-sama and Jessica-sama had spoken of, the one who had forgotten everything and started a new life. Oh, pain. Morning. I woke up with a tear-stained face. The face I saw in the mirror cried and told me it couldn't wait any longer. If I've managed to wait this long, why can't I wait any longer? This is a trial, so I must believe in him and wait. But the me in the mirror spoke. It was sharper than a fragment of glass. I talk about this promise with him. But did we ever really make such a promise? Wasn't Jessica-sama talking about it? That some girls are dreamers who get the wrong idea? And wasn't George-sama talking about it too? He said that Batra-san had gotten used to his new life and had forgotten about the Ushiromiya family. And by now, he isn't the only one he's forgotten. Sorry, who's forgotten? Unless I ask about it, everyone on this island has forgotten his name. Even Rudol-sama doesn't say his name anymore. If I weren't here to remember his face, perhaps his existence would have been erased from everyone's heart. I don't believe it, so I won't doubt. Batra-san must still remember his promise. We're both waiting for the day of decision, the day we'll be together. Patler-san, I firmly made up my mind. Does the fact that you're not here mean that, after all, I'm not determined enough? No. It's because you and God are testing me, isn't it? In that case, I will endure. Until that promised day inevitably comes. So, please, Patler-san, I want some proof that you haven't forgotten me. It was the crack that ran across my ceramic-like heart. I had to acknowledge it now. It may be that I'm pretending not to notice something terrifying and sad. Patler-san makes me yearn for him. Patler-san makes me sad. Patler-san makes it hurt. Patler-san, do you still remember me now? Ah, another year. Oh, the pain. My heart hurts as I'm reading this. 3 years until the incident. Oh my god. It's just so sad. Umineko make me big sad. And then came the third family conference since Patler-san left. If the number of beds was going to increase, you would have been told about that when setting up. The fact that nothing has changed in particular means that he probably won't be here this year either. Clinging to a final bit of hope, I stood by the docks, watching the boat draw closer.
Yo, Shannon ちゃん、今年もべっぴんだね。
ほら、エンジェ、足元に気をつけて。
Jesus.
いやあ、シャノン。やっぱり六軒島はいいね。早くクラウスおじさんもリゾート化すればいいのに。
Oh my god.
しなくていいわよ。もったいないわ。それもそうね。
So these resort plans have been there since a while. Although 3 years is not that long, is it?
背ちょっと伸びたんじゃない？ありがとうございます。
今年もいい天気や。こうして親族誰一人欠けることなく元気に揃うのは実にめでたいことや。
それでは皆様、お屋敷にご案内いたします。
So, after all, Patler-san has been so thoroughly forgotten that he might not have existed in the first place. I'm sure the sadness will show on my face. Not wanting anyone to see it, I turned my back to the family and led the way up to the mansion by myself. And then, suddenly, someone mentioned Patler-san's name and I jumped.
バトラ君に会ったんですか？
元気にしてました？
ええ、元気だったわ。先日、エンジェを連れてちょっとだけお茶をしてきたの。
Oh! I was surprised. So Kirie-sama was in touch with Patler-san. According to her, both Patler-san and Riddle-sama had long since calmed down after their fight, but both were so stubborn that they hadn't found a good chance to make up. And since Patler-san had gotten used to living with his grandparents and going to school there, and considering that those grandparents might make things even more difficult, going to convince Patler-san to come home wouldn't be easy.
仕方ないわよ。バトラ君よりアスムさんのご両親の方がお怒りだったと思うもの。
Oh, sorry, he... Oh god, I'm dumb. Somehow I thought he went to Kirie-san's parents. Oh my god, no. It's to Asumu-san's parents. It's because, in my mind, I'm still in the firm belief somewhere that Kirie did actually birth Batra. Because of the whole Red Truth part we got in episode 4 and 5.
もうこの喧嘩はバトラ君とルドルフさん2人だけのものじゃなくなってる。
じゃあバトラはそのうち帰ってくるんですか？
ルドルフさんと仲直りをするけれど後ろ宮家に帰ってくるつもりはないみたい。仕方ないわ。気持ちもわかるもん。
It was a bit of a relief to hear that some of the bad feeling had died down in these 3 years. If we take Asumu-sama's parents into account, it's no surprise that things haven't gone as well as they could. But if Patler-san doesn't hate Rudo-sama anymore, then someday, surely he'll come back. He'll have grown so much. My resolve will not waver anymore. For some nights these past 3 years, I felt sad and resentful. But now, it feels as though those 3 years were something I needed. After all, the seeds of love, the faint feelings I once had for you, have budded powerfully, waiting for the day that we'll be reunited. This is how honest my feelings for you are now. I love you. I want to see you again as soon as I can. Until that time, I'll keep that bud of love warm and growing for you. I won't doubt the coming of that day anymore. Just as I think of you under the same sky, I believe that you are thinking of me. I'm sure this news about him is a sign that God is cheering me on. So I ask God one more time inside my heart. Since my feelings for Batra-san have not wavered for a day these past 3 years, let me know that he feels the same way. I know that asking for that is a sin. However, now that we've reached a 3-year turning point, I want some gift from God, any gift, to show that I have not waited in vain. That is what I prayed.
そうだ。バトラ君とみんなもずいぶん長く会ってないでしょ。みんなも寂しがってるだろうから手紙を書きなさいって言って書かせてきたのよ。
Oh, please tell me. Huh? Did God really hear my prayers? I felt as though my heart was going to leap out of my chest. Please let there be a letter for Shannon. I'm going to be so mad if there isn't.
バトラからの手紙？へえ。あいつ何を書いたんだろう。
彼の近況でも書かれてるのかな。楽しみだね。
Hide-sama pulled the brown envelope out of her bag and handed it to George-sama. Just one? When George-sama opened it, several folded letters came out.
これは僕宛てみたいだね。一枚一枚宛先が違うみたいだ。はい、こっちはジェシカちゃん。
Jessica?
Thank you.
これはマリアちゃんにだって。
Aww. That's cute.
後で読んで聞かせるわ。ありがとう。
That's so sweet.
ちゃん宛てもあるよ。さすがにまだ読めないよね。
読めるようになったら渡すことにするわ。
こっちは元気で楽しくやってるぜ。だってさ。
Oh, I wonder if she'll get this letter like after the murder incident. Is there one for Shannon? There isn't one for Shannon. Fuck!
それで全部ですか？
Seems like it.
うん。これで全部みたいだね。
Oh, Butler, god damn it.
ありがとう。
I'm going to punch him in the mouth. George-sama handed me the empty envelope. Apparently he thanked me because he thought I was offering to throw it away for him. Wait. I think it's inside the brown letter. Okay. Not all hope is lost. And clearly, there was nothing inside it. Fuck. There was no letter for me.
おやおや、文面を見る限り、バトラ君はずいぶん元気に過ごしてるみたいだね。
Oh.
毎日が充実してるってさ。
No.
私の方にもそう書いてある。楽しく過ごせてるなら、そりゃ結構なことだぜ。
Oh no. Where's the actual expression? There we go.
バトラ君たらひどいわね。キリエさんに手紙を書けと促されるまで私たちのことを忘れてたそうよ。
バトラ君らしいでしょ。ずいぶん生活が充実してたみたい。学校では女の子にモテモテみたいよ。
No.
それはすごいね。
バトラは変に気ざったらしくて笑えるとこがあるから、そういうの好きな子もいるだろうな。
Yeah, one of them is right here.
後宮家へ帰ってくるつもりはないのかしらね。
ないみたいだね。僕の方に六軒島に行くことはもうないだろうって書いてあるよ。
No! How could you? I knew that all of these letters were trials from God. The fact that there was no letter for me, and the fact that he was enjoying life and had forgotten about Rokkenjima, were just more trials. God is testing me. The fact that there was no letter for me alone is proof of that. That's what I want to think, but now it's just too much.
あんたにとって大切な約束だったかもしれない。それはバトラーにとってはそうではなかったらしいな。
Oh, Battler, I'm gonna kick your ass.
そんな、それじゃ迎えに来るという約束は夢見がちな私の錯覚か。
バトラーにとってはちょっとしたカッコつけただけの意味のない言葉だったのかもな。
To anyone but her, it would have been such a funny story to hear. That promise with Battler might have been an illusion the whole time. In the first place, we don't know if they both felt the same way about each other at all. Love is an illusion. However, if both sides are seeing the same illusion, that love becomes true. However, when the feelings of each side are different, then it's nothing more than a joke. Oh.
これがバトラーの罪だ。
誤解させたこと。
違う。
え？
それを覚えてさえいなかったこと。
It said he didn't even remember. Just like in episode 4.
破った約束ならなじることもできる。悔いることも、あるいは取り返すことも。でも覚えてさえいないことは何も問い詰めることができません。
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in episode 4.
バトラさんを憎むことなどできません。バトラさんは約束を破ってさえいない。
ただ初めから約束などなかった。
Oh my god. That's just pain. Poor Shannon. I kept on crying and crying. I dug my fingernails into my pillow, soaking it with my tears. How much easier it would be to hate something. But I can't hate anything. I just couldn't get over my miserable arrogance, which had led me to believe for 3 whole years that he felt the same as I did. Oh my god.
わらわのせいだ。わらわが無責任にもバトラが約束してくれたかのように
I wonder if this is when she starts trying to move on from Battler and eventually falls for George instead, or rather starts seeing George as her escape plan.
誰も悪くないんです。私が彼の気持ちも私と同じだと決めつけてしまったから。約束こそバトラはしなかった。しかしバトラの気持ちは決していい加減なものではなかった。そなたのそれに比べれば確かに多少の温度差はあろう。しかしそなたのことを好いていたのは間違いない。それだけは間違いない。もうやめてください。私が好きなように彼も私を好きだと何の疑いもなく信じてきました。慰めないでください。
Oh.
嘲笑ってください。
Before I knew it, a dull, inescapable pain had pierced my chest. When I pressed my hand against my chest, I realized what that pain was. It was the bud of love whose seeds I had sown and nurtured in my heart. Its root had spread all over across my chest, tormenting me like a metal wire wrapped around my heart. Oh, they looked less like roots and more like fissures running through my heart. I can only hold back the pain by tearing out the root of love. But no matter how much I scratch at it, I'm only scratching at my chest. The root of love doesn't move at all. If I started hating Battler-san without any lingering interest or regrets, I'd be able to pull this root out easily. Once I did, it would probably leave a hole behind, but at least it wouldn't hurt me anymore. But I can't pull it out. Even though it hurts so much, those roots of love are still stuck in my heart.
Shannon.
Oh my god, poor Shannon.
私、今もバトラさんのことが大好きです。会いたいです。 てきてほしいです。
Mm.
きっと帰ってくると信じて、これからも待ち続けたいのに。でももうダメなんです。
As I sobbed, the tightness in my chest grew even stronger. As long as I like Butler-san, the pain will always continue. Because I like him, I want to hold on to that pain forever. But it was written right there in the letters of George-sama and the others. Butler doesn't plan on returning to the Ushiromiya family. He's forgotten about me and Rokkenjima, and has started a new life with a different name. I must wait for him for all eternity, despite how painful, aching, excruciating this is.
これも試練なんですか？帰ってこない彼を永遠に待てと。神様はそうおっしゃるのですか？無理です。私はバトラさんと一緒にいたいんです。それを願う試練がこれだなんて、あまりに辛すぎます。
God, the pain. I'm in pain. Beatrice hung her head in shame. If she hadn't encouraged Shannon so much, it probably wouldn't have been this painful. Shannon may have been the one to sow the seed of love in her heart. However, Beatrice had irresponsibly watered it and told Shannon not to give up. Beatrice scratched at her chest, trying to share Shannon's pain. Oh. Sticky. Stop. My cat is here now. Beatrice mumbled to herself.
あなたに何の咎がありましょうか？
ありもしない約束の幻想を見せ、そなたの3年間を苦しめた。わらわがそなたの恋の目を育まねば、今のそなたはこれほどに苦しまなかっただろう。シャノン、冷酷に聞こえるだろうが聞け。
何でしょう？
バトラを忘れよ。恋の目など元よりなかったのだ。
Oh my god, we're gonna bury the heart.
これは私の育んだ恋の目、どんなに辛くとも忘れることなどありません。
しかしその痛みにもう耐えることはできないのであろう。
Wordlessly, Shannon held her chest and hung her head. I love Butler. That feeling burns inside me, so that I still cannot let it go, no matter how much it hurts. And I've spent 3 years pretending that I didn't feel that pain. Now I know that I feel it. And since I know, I can't bear it.
バトラーへの恋の目を捨てることはできぬか？
はい。
だがそのままでは
The bud will kill you.
その目は根はそなたを殺してしまう。人は宇宙を持たねば生きられぬ。そして宇宙は一人では生み出せぬ。
Oh.
二人いるのだ。
宇宙。
そなたは恋の目という宇宙をその片方が欠けたからそなたの宇宙が壊れたのだ。人は宇宙は一人では何も成し得ぬのだ。
Oh, here it comes. It takes two to create the universe.
でも私の宇宙を生み出すもう一人のバトラさんは帰ってきません。
ならばバトラ以外のものと新しい宇宙を生み出すしかない。
バトラさん以外の誰かと 生み出すというのですか？
With George?
その誰かをわらわが与えよう。
誰かって何ですか？
そなたの心を、傷を埋め癒してくれる存在だ。
Oh?
そやつはそなたを裏切らぬ。そう、そなたの新しい兄弟だ。
Ah! So this is when Kanon comes in.
弟を与えよう。
弟？
福音の家で仲の良かった実の弟のように可愛がってきた少年、そういう存在をそなたに与えよう。
Ah.
二人で新たな宇宙を築くだろう。
Oh my god. Okay, I see.
バトラさんへの恋の痛みを忘れさせてくれる。
そうだ、そなたには宇宙が必要だ。
ではこの胸の恋の目はどうするのですか？私のバトラさんへの気持ちは変わりません。枯れさせることなどできません。
You will lose it.
わらわが代わりに引き受けよう。
Oh no!
そなたは恋の痛みを忘れ、新しい宇宙を作り直すことができる。
Ah, this is why she's furniture.
恋の目はわらわが代わって引き受ける。
And this is why Beato feels the feels from
痛みを
Shannon.
引き継ぐことになるが、恋を知ることができる。
Beatrice wanted to know love. She wanted to feel what Shannon had felt in the world of humans.
もしバトラが帰ってくる日が訪れた時、まだこの目が枯れずにいて、そなたが望んだならこの目を、そなたそれならばどうか。
Still hanging her head, Shannon gave a small nod, but said nothing. It would mean release from this unbearable pain, and it would mean giving the bud of love to the witch to hold it in her place. Shannon spread the hands that she had held to her chest, and she did. As she did, a faint light popped out of her chest and floated in the air, gradually swallowing everything with its brightness. Oh, she's giving her heart away! And thus she becomes furniture, she and Kanon both. As the brilliant light began to fade away, Shannon and Beatrice, still facing each other, were now inside a vast starry sphere, like a planetarium. They were the only ones in this pitch-black starry sea. Shannon felt as though she'd seen this place once before, but she couldn't remember. Then I made another announcement.
変更、恋の目をシャノンからベアトリーチェに。
This way, Shannon won't be tormented by the bud of love anymore. And furthermore, she will be given a little brother, with whom she can create a new universe. The design for the little brother will be a younger boy at the Fukuin house, with whom Shannon was close. For a name, let there be the on character as the Fukuin house rules state. Yeah, I've decided. That's a perfect name to go with Shannon's. He'll be a quiet, reticent boy. He'll come to Rokkenjima as a new servant. There, he'll open his heart to Shannon. As a duty-minded boy who loves Shannon like a big sister, he'll always be there for her. Let's have him be a special servant like Genji, who is permitted to serve Kinzo directly. Yeah, that sounds kinda cool. Then, Beatrice, from now on you will carry the bud of love. In other words, the role of being infatuated with Battler and waiting for his return will go to you. While you are still the witch who reigns over Rokkenjima's night, you have also been waiting for Ushiromiya Battler ever since that day 3 years ago. Along with this change in setting, I'll give you a new form as well. He did tell us what his ideal woman would look like once, remember? Ah, it's now! A woman with a good figure, long golden hair like a foreign model. Golden hair, long hair, a good figure. Yeah, Something like that. That's what the new Beatrice will look like. Oh my god! Come now, hold that bud of love in your heart as you wait for Butler. This way, you will learn of love in exchange of for earning pain. Yes, this will be the setting for my new world. Oh my god, no! For Shannon, a new servant like a little brother will come. He will be a silent, reticent boy. A duty-minded kid who loves Shannon as a sister. And the bud of love that has tortured Shannon will go to the witch Beatrice. She will just be holding onto the bud of love for the time being. However, while she still holds on to it, she will be a maiden in love with Butler. For that time, you will be able to learn what love is. Oh no! Come, let the world be modified. Oh, I am one yet many. Awaken, us, and stretch your wings in this new world. So the game boards we see is this new world, isn't it? Like the game board settings that we see. Slowly, I open my eyes to the gentle rays of the morning sun. How long has it been since I last saw such a pleasant morning? The face in my mirror is tear-stained and pathetic. However, my heart is as clear as the morning sun. I could still remember that strange dream. However, I can feel myself forgetting it rapidly. The place I was in my dream had been such a strange place. A peaceful, calm place. There, I had left behind the pain I had carried in my chest until yesterday. So this morning, my heart was at peace.
Ohayo, watashi.
My tear-stained face really is pathetic. However, my expression is bright and cheery. Even now, I like Butler-san. But for some reason, I've calmed down. Feels like I've put so many precious safely away in the place it belongs. Butler-san, when will you come back, I wonder? When you do, I'd like to talk about mystery novels again. Oh, I almost forgot. A new boy servant will be coming today, right? One of the rare servants who will serve the master directly. What kind of kid will he be? I hope we get along well. What was his name again? I'm pretty sure it was, Stinky? My cat's trying to eat my headphone cable again. It's canon! He cometh! He's coming! The edge! The edge is coming! Our baby boy! One year later, 2 years before the incident. Alright, what we got? What is the salsa that we got now? Men in work clothes were spreading a tarp over a section of the hall. From the way they measured the walls and set out the tools, it could be seen that they were planning some sort of construction project. Ah, it's the painting, isn't it? The president of the construction company nodded his head several times to show that he understood. Then, 6 young workers carried in a large rectangular object wrapped in a white sheet. Yeah, it's the painting. Apparently they were putting something large onto the wall of the hall. That thing! Jesus! Oh my god. Natsu took a deep breath. She's so tired. Though this was a whim of Kinzo's, a man she greatly respected, she seemed to resist the idea of hanging it right here in the entrance hall, the face of the mansion. Welp. When the white sheet was pulled off, a Western woman wearing a beautiful dress came into view. It was a massive portrait of a woman. He's like, I want this painting here forever. Oh my god.
お任せを。お父さん、立派な絵ができたようですね。
素晴らしい出来栄えだ。満足しておる。
お父様に黄金を授けられたという恩人の女性ですね。
そうだ。ベアトリーチェとの出会いがなければ今の私はなく、後ろ宮家もなく、無論彼女の肖像画を最も良い場所に飾るのは当然のことである。
Natsuki looks so nervous. She's like, I don't know about that, Chief. Now that he had said it in this bluntly, there will be no contradicting him. Klaus and Natsuki could only shrug.
親方様、碑文のプレートです。内容のご確認をお願いいたします。
一言一句間違っていてはならんからな。
Epitaph? Klaus and Natsuki crooked their heads and followed Kinzo. Ah, there it is. The plate with the golden epitaph. The leader of the workers set down a plate wrapped in a sheet. The others thought that this picture's name and description might be on it, but it seemed to have quite a lot of words for that.
お父様。
I wonder how big the plate is.
これは?
Or how small is it?
故郷を貫く鮎の川。
Ah, that was the sound of a clue.
好きにように好きに解釈するがよい。
So this is when he basically is... Yeah. So this is when he basically puts the location of the gold in the open, more or less.
自分というものが私にはよくわかりません。私の世界にはないものですから。
だろうな。
Because there's probably no need to hide the gold, is it? Is there?
お前という明白な跡継ぎがいるからな。
それはつまり、この碑文はやはりおじい様が後継者を選ぶために設けたと。
おそらくはな。あるいは奇跡を信じたのかもしれない。
Might have been both. A difficult riddle made so that no one would be able to solve it. If someone actually could solve it, they themselves would be a miracle. Eva is a miracle then, and Rosa is too. Perhaps that miracle would guide the person Kinzo most wanted to solve it. Oh yeah, technically it would also make Erika a miracle.
やはり誰もが想像するように、魔女ベアトリーチェを復活させる儀式を記したものなのですか？
普通に考えれば、これはそう読み取れるでしょう。13人の生贄を捧げれば、魔女が蘇ると読み取れる。しかし、本当の儀式はそれではない。奇跡的に解ける誰かを待つ。そちらこそが本当の儀式。しかし、運命とは皮肉なもの。
Because no one solved it. Or Genji already knew.
ゲンジが全てを知っていると思い仕掛けたのかもしれねえな。
Ah, okay.
その運命が偶然だったのか、仕組まれたものなのか、私にはわかりません。しかし、その碑文により、魔女ベアトリーチェは本当の意味での復活を遂げるのです。
Because this is the epitaph where she based off her murders.
第8章、黄金鏡への旅立ち。
Alright, it is time to journey to the Golden Land. There she is. This is Beato the Elder, I believe. My soul was captured by the woman shown in that massive portrait. That might have been literally true. Or rather than captured, perhaps it would be better to say that my soul had returned to a more fitting place. The place it belonged. The beautiful blonde was the same as mine, but tied up. The beautiful hair was the same as mine, but tied up. The dress she wore was a deep black, making that golden hair stand out all the more. This is the witch, Beatrice. My true form.
何か。
There was a plate with too many words for it to be the title of the picture. Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the golden land follow its path downstream in search of the key.
黄金鏡。そうか。わらわの世界は黄金鏡なのか。
Ah! I have always called my own personal world a paradise, but tonight I shall change that. From now on, my world shall be the Golden Land. I am the master of the Golden Land, Beatrice. And then there is the brutal ceremony of sacrifices starting on the first twilight. On the ninth twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive.
わらわはこの儀式を執り行えば真の復活を得るというのか。
Yeah, I guess. Then on the 10th twilight, at journey's end, you shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasure, once and for the last time. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all gold from the Golden Land. Sorry, one shall be all the gold from the Golden Land. Kinzo received a massive amount of gold from Beatrice, and rumor has it still lies hidden somewhere. Is this, as the family members and servants are all whispering, a code showing the location of Kinzo's hidden gold? Yeah, it is! It in fact is!
人間が至れば莫大な黄金を手に入れるであろう。しかしわらわが至れば自らの復活を得る。
Mm-hmm. Kinzo, you aging magician. What a way to put it. Just when I was mocking the shortness of the time left to you, you start a game like this. How interesting. I'll definitely solve it. Then I will revive as the real Beatrice. When that happens, I will use my great magical power to rule over object and man, day and night, and all of Rokkenjima. Yes, my beloved, as you should, as you should. This is a fate.
あの碑文、宝の隠し場所を示しているともっぱらの評判です。
噂では親方様は10トンもの黄金をお隠しになられたとか。
ベアトリーチェに授けられたとかなんとか。僕も
There
噂を
he
聞いた
is.
ことがあるよ。
It's canon.
10トンの黄金なんてすごいですね。想像もつかないです。
そんなにあったら何に使えばいいやら。一度手に取ってみたいですね。
手に取るだけと言わずに使い切ってみたいですね。
Yes, same. I feel you.
でも碑文を黄金の隠し場所の暗号をなぜわざわざ掲示されたのでしょうね。
決まってるよ。解けるもんかっていう闇に決まってる。
親方様からの挑戦ではないでしょうか。これが解ける知恵者はおらんかという。
親方様はどうやらクラウス様に素直に当主の座を明け渡されるつもりはないご様子。これはひょっとすると先に解いたものを次期当主にするという意味かもしれませんよ。
Yeah. Or no? We never find out, do we?
源氏さん、これは何？これまさかお父様の例のベアトリーチェの肖像画なの？
はい、ベアトリーチェ様でございます。
Okay, so they only first see Beatrice 2 years before the incident. I want to see Rosa's reaction to this.
なんやこら。
I really want to see Rosa's reaction to this.
けったいな詩みたいなもんが書いてあるで。
何よこれ。まるで海賊か何かの宝の隠し場所の暗号文みたいじゃない。源氏さん、これはどういう意味なの？
You will know, Eva, in 2 years. You will know. You are a smart woman.
ご自由に読み、ご自由に解釈されるようにと、謎はこの碑文を目にできるものすべてに公平にと。
今、謎って言ったわよね。
あ、
謎ってのは解けるものという意味だわ。やっぱりそうよ。そう、お父様は兄さんに 当主を継がせるつもりなんてないんだわ。
Eva was immediately onto it, and I love it.
つまりこの謎を解けたやつが次期当主っちゅうことか。
Oh, Eva is like, this is music to my ears.
やっと巡ってきた。やっと巡ってきたのよ。私が当主になれる本当のチャンスが。
It's always really funny to me how, for most part, it's the women who are the most competent in Umineko, and technically it should have been either Natsuhi or Eva leading the family, because those two are the most competent of the two, of the family. I mean, Kiri also is extremely competent, I would say even more so, and Rosa as well, but I think Rosa would potentially crack under the pressure. I mean, she's already pretty troubled. Kirie, I think, would treat it pretty much like business. But given previous episodes, gut feeling is Natsuhi would be the best to lead the family, but Eva... this was a role meant for Eva since she was born, in my opinion. Like, Eva has always shown to be basically smarter and more competent, and she's basically got fucked over by the patriarchy, more or less.
その碑文が黄金の隠し場所を示している可能性は非常に高いわね。
Plus, I'm trying to remember, it was Hideyoshi who got their funds kind of splurged in stocks, wasn't it? It wasn't Eva, if I recall. I'd need to double check it, but I'm trying to remember if it was Hideyoshi who was mostly responsible for their financial trouble, because I kind of have it in my mind that Eva didn't lead to that financial trouble, because Eva seems too smart for me to take risks like that. In Kraus and Nazi's case, we know it's Kraus who did all the fuckery. Who fucked with all the money that they had. Rudolph? I don't remember, but I think it was also Rudolph's fault. Rosa, well, she's alone, and she got swindled. She got swindled by her husband. By her piece of shit husband, to be honest. And yeah, basically, Jesus, all these women got fucked over. If you think about it, man.
姉貴はこの碑文を解けたやつが次期当主に選ばれるんじゃないかと見てるらしい。
その線もありえるわね。お父さんはクラウス兄さんを次期当主の器と認めていない。これは余命いくばくのお父さんが仕掛けた最後の大仕掛けかもしれないわね。
つまり本当にこの謎を解けば10トンの黄金と次期当主の座が転がり込むってわけか。
建前上はね。でも絶対に解けるものかという悪意も感じるわ。簡単には解かせてもらえないでしょうよ。
だよね。当分の間は酒の魚はこいつで十分そうだぜ。
バカバカしい。こんなの解けるわけないわ。
Oh my god. Rosa tossed aside a notepad with the epitaph written on it and flopped over onto the sofa. Solving this means 10 tons of gold. With that much, I'd never need to worry about schemes for cash again. Is this when she already got swindled by her ex-husband? No, wait. They never got divorced, so... Or did they? I need to double check. But I think... It was either her boyfriend or her husband. Jesus. If I had money, I could pay off my debts, and that man might come back to me. Rosa, your copium. I'm so sorry.
お父様の懐かしい故郷がわかるのよ。鮎の川って何？川なんていくつもあるわ。里って何よ。ああ、さっぱりだわ。
Oh, they've been racking their brains over this for years. Ah, baby Maria! Baby Maria! she's baby. Financial problems with Hideyoshi were because people took advantage of him. Basically, they convinced him to have the company go public and then bought more shares and anyone becoming the owners of the company and threatening to kick Hideyoshi, the founder, out. They need the money to buy back the shares and avoid the forceful takeover, basically. Okay. First of all, good evening. Hi, Toyland. How you doing? And secondly, thank you for the info, because I legit didn't remember this info anymore. Okay, so basically Hideyoshi is the only one who didn't do something stupid and fuck over his wife. It was Hideyoshi is the only husband in the family who I would say is genuinely a good guy. I love him. I love Hideyoshi. He's a good guy. But otherwise, I think the Ushiromiya men might have fucked their wives over. Not on purpose, basically, but they were stupid. The only one who swindled someone on purpose was Rosa's asshole husband. I always felt so bad for Hideyoshi and Eva. Both did things as best as they could. Hideyoshi got taken advantage of, but that was his only fault. Yeah, literally, Hideyoshi is a good-natured person, and yeah, they got fucked over. It's so unfair. Like, because of that, things happen pretty badly for those two. The rest of the Ushiromiya siblings and their spouses were pretty trash. Correct. Correct. I mean, Eva is not a saint either, but I feel like with Hideyoshi, those two, I feel like, had the best chemistry from all the couples. And you kind of get the feeling that when the two are together, things seem kind of better. At least that's the feeling I got, seeing their interactions. Kirie, we know she and Rudolph are not necessarily the best pair, even though I like their chemistry when they are together and having a good time. Rudolph is a piece of shit who cheated on her and would probably do it again. Yeah, Kraus is an idiot. We know that. Oh man. This family, Jesus. Maria looked concerned. She's baby and I love her. I want to pet her head. Kids are really good at riddles, so maybe. Hold on, Maria's like 10 or 11 when the main thing happens. She's like 8, I think, right now. Maria gazed at the paper with the epitaph on it as though she was trying to bore through it with her eyes. Her eyes opened wider and wider. No!
これは魔女の儀式だよ。ベアトの復活の儀式だ。どうしたのこれ？ねえママ、どうしたのこれ？ベアトに聞いてみよう。聞いてみよう。
She already knew Beato by then.
きっとこの儀式でベアトは本当の力を取り戻すよ。もう半魔法の毒素なんかに悩まされずに、みんなの前に姿を現して魔法の奇跡を見せてくれるんだよ。
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Oh my God. Whenever Rosa and Maria are in the same screen, I start sweating violently because I'm always scared of Rosa losing her temper.
親族の皆様は競って謎解きに挑まれているようです。
I'm not even sure Rosa got married. She basically ran away with her boyfriend only for him to be, it's not that deep, Rosa, and then she had to come back rejected and all. No, actually, I think she did. She might have gotten married to him. But she did basically rebel against Ushiromiya's afterwards, because she even rebelled for Maria's name she chose it rather than Kinzo, and that pissed off Kinzo to such a degree he didn't want to see, he never even wants to see Maria. So that was a thing that happened, and then he basically just abandoned Rosa, I mean Rosa's ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, abandoned her and left her all with his debts and everything. So I think he swindled her on purpose, up to an extent. Basically, a piece of shit all around. But even the boyfriend wasn't bad. She was the one who decided they were totally, absolutely serious and would marry and whatnot. I think that was something, but he still completely abandoned her wordlessly, so, with Maria and all the depths. So I do think he's pretty awful, like very awful for that. Rosa wasn't as smart as he did. I mean, she is pretty intelligent and smart, but I think she was very naive. I think she was the youngest to get married. Also, I'm fine, thanks, tired. So I was just lurking peacefully. That's okay. Lurking peacefully is also fine. That's it. I'm not defending Rosa or anything. I don't like her as a person, like at all. I don't like her. I think I pity her. She's like, I pity her to an extent because she got a rough deal, but yeah, I still don't like her because everything that she does to Maria for me is very, very, very unforgivable. I know the Rosa fans in YouTube who will probably see the VOD at some point will probably write me essay-long comments saying how I don't get Rosa and the like, and that I'm not being fair to her, and like, look, I get it. I get it. I still don't like her. Like, I still think she's a very fascinating character, and I would take Rosa over Kinzo any day. I think Kinzo is the worst of them all. Even if I like get where he's coming from, I'm like, no, Kinzo, get out of here. Eva, yeah, I definitely agree. From all the siblings, like the Ushiromiya siblings in particular, like the parents, Eva is also my favorite because I think Eva got so much shit from Kinzo and Kraus both. Sure, she passed it on to Kraus and Rosa later, because, you know, generational trauma and all the things, cycles of abuse and whatnot. But Eva, like, she got fucked over so bad. Like, man, I feel so bad for her. She also had like the best husband, and George, in spite of her being extremely overprotective and controlling of him, George is otherwise a pretty well-behaved man, a well-behaved young man. And like, what was it? I think in episode 4, we see a little flashback of Ange saying that Eva was originally okay with her, but then Ange said, give my parents back or something like that, and that hurt Eva to such a degree that things never got repaired. I think that's how Ange said it. We never saw the dialogue or the scene in itself. Ange just narrated that as a flashback. So in my belief, I think Eva, to an extent, was going to adopt Ange and be more loving towards her, but then shit happened.
そうだ。これは私が人生の最後に望む最後の奇跡。
But yeah, TLDR, Eva is my favorite of the Ushiromiya parents. I also like Kiria a lot. she is not a good person. She's not a very good person, but I like her character a lot, like a lot. And Natsuya I also love a lot, but she's not necessarily Ushiromiya, and Kiria isn't either.
最後の魔法なのだ。
Yeah, also, yeah, George did eventually have a superior complex, and he kind of became an incel if we look at it that way. You kind of already see few hints of him trying to make moves on Shannon in episode 7 in the flashbacks, like with him saying like, oh yeah, Butler definitely isn't coming back, Shannon, wink wink, wonk wonk. And I'm like, dude, George. Dude.
あの難解な碑文の謎が解ける奇跡が訪れた時、きっとそれはベアトリーチェの復活を意味するのだ。
He did honestly come to like Shannon, yes, that's true.
おお、ベアトリーチェよ、見たい。もう一度その面影が見たい。
I think getting the portrait might have made it a bit worse, Kinzo.
もはや富も名誉も何もいらぬ。そなたに最後に一目会うことができたなら。
This will be the last bit of magic that Kinzo, who realized he was facing his last years, would ever use. He was betting everything that Beatrice had given him. Oh, Celestial P227, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Chaos Zone. It's a pleasure to see you. And I hope you're having a good evening. Didn't he fall in love with her? Are we talking about Kinzo or George right now? I'm going to assume we're talking about George. Yeah, he does. He does eventually genuinely fall for Shannon later. Now, age gap aside, we won't comment on that. Now is not the time to open that can of worms yet. But yeah, he does. Let's not talk about Kinzo even. Yeah, Kinzo to me is the worst of the worst. Absolute bottom tier. Okay, but let me continue. Now I should continue reading. Honestly, I think one day I should do an Umineko just chatting stream where I talk a lot about it, because Umineko makes me like, it sets a fire in me. Oh, we got a bot on stream. Be gone. We don't talk about Kinzo. No, we don't. We have better things to talk about. His meeting with Beatrice that day had been the true beginning of his life. And even with them gone, Kinzo had remained there alone on the stage that had gone dark. The aged monarch had obtained everything, accomplished everything, but this was the one element that had always slipped through his fingers, no matter how much he struggled. If he could just have that element, he would need nothing else in life. In the end, perhaps his whole life was just a journey to learn that one single element makes up all that it means to be human.
我が友よ、我が人生最後の魔法は私に奇跡を見せてくれるだろうか。
Oh god, I think Genji wanted to be like, no. For a while, Genji was silent. He wasn't at a loss for words or struggling to find an answer. He wanted to say something, I think. During that silence, something had passed between the two men, who had known each other for so long that their friendship surpassed that of master and servant. Don't you two just want to be boyfriends?
いや、それで良いのだ。 誰にも解けぬ。だから奇跡なのだ。
親方様、一つお教えください。
何か。
もしもでございます。奇跡が起こり。
It may have been a different during his youth, but in his old age, Genji rarely spoke of dreams and what-ifs. When Genji said if, Kinzo quietly waited for the words of the man he called a friend.
もしも奇跡が起こり、親方様の魔法が叶って、ベアトリーチェ様がご復活を遂げられたら、いかがなさいますか?
As the one closest to Kinzo, Genji obviously knew of the crazed feelings with which Kinzo had searched for Beatrice in the past. And yet Genji was asking what Kinzo would do if Beatrice did revive. Oh, is he probably already hatching an escape plan for Yasuda?
親方様はすでに一度、ベアトリーチェ様が生まれ変わるという奇跡をご経験なされております。
Yeah.
その奇跡が再び起こったならいかがなさいますか?
No.
我が友よ、そなたはやはり私を咎めるのか。
As any sane person would. What the fuck?
親方様とベアトリーチェ様のお心のすべてを私に知ることはできません。しかしベアトリーチェ様がどのように親方様をお慕いしていたのか、その一部は存じ上げているつもりでおります。
I do understand in part. Sir?
悔やんでおる。お前は信じぬだろうが、私は老いてから全てを後悔したのだ。
Genji, is there something you want to say?
もし奇跡が起こり、ベアトリーチェがよみがえってくれたなら、無論私との日々や過去のことなど何も覚えてなくて構わん。いや、ベアトリーチェでさえあったなら、それが誰でも構わぬ。私はただ謝りたいのだ。
それは本心でございますか？
そうだ、我が友よ、悔いている。若き日の過ちを深く悔いている。お前も老いたならわかるである。若き日の過ちは若き日には何の咎も感じはせん。しかしそれは深い棘のように次第に生み、この後ろ宮金蔵、今さら死に様などこだわりはせん。しかしこの棘だけは、この後悔だけはベアトリーチェに全てを返す。そして罪の許しを請う。それだけが私の最後の願いなのだ。
Man, if Kinzo came to me on his knees apologizing, I'd be like, Cox gun, pull the blicky. Kinzo covered his eyes and sobbed. The aged monarch who had built up great wealth in a single generation was reaching the end of his life. And he could do nothing but sob because he wanted someone to apologize to. You can apologize to Beato in hell, to Biche in hell. Although Biche wouldn't be in hell, she'd be in heaven.
俺も最初はそう考えていたが、少し事情が違うかもしれね
え。この時点では私も試験だと思っていました。これは後宮金蔵の気まぐれなる後継ぎ選びのゲームだと。
違うのですか？
この碑文は後宮金蔵と堂上源氏の二人にしかわからぬ ある意味を持ってだから、これは運命なんかじゃない、必然だったのです。
Have we ever seen Genji's full name up until this point? I think we've seen it, but only like in text, as in like the title cards of the names. I think after episode 4.
私はかぼちゃの馬車からガラスの靴まで、すべてを準備されたシンデレラに過ぎない。
なるほどな。これは金蔵と源氏の茶番だったわけか。
A farce.
金蔵は分かっていたのです。そして源氏もまた、これがそのメッセージだと理解したのです。
私には意味がさっぱりわかりません。
I think it's not until now that you can draw the line about the name thing. I do know that Genji's full name was Ronoe Genji. Because in episode 4, when Ronoe comes in, Jessica asks him if he's Genji. And at some point, I think I do remember his name being named Ronoe Genji.
そして源氏さんはこの碑文と何の関係があるというのです。
What Genji has to do with this epitaph is he created my lovely husband, my lovely man right there. I can't reach my head down there. But I love him.
溶かされたんだ。
そしてベアトリーチェは真の復活を、もしベアトリーチェ
The mini man, yes.
同じ1986年を迎えても事件は全く違っていたかもしれね
え。結局私は生まれたその時から私の意志では何の選択の権利も与えられなかったのです。
Oh, that's tragic, Jesus.
我こそは我にして我らなれど我ら、運命に抗えたる試しは我らなど所詮は渦に舞う木の葉も同じ、どのように舞おうとも渦に飲み込まれて消えるのみ。
Man, that's just depressing. When does Beato solve the riddle, though? Is it on the year that the epitaph appears? Oh, baby! Little baby! Look! Oh, is this when Gap finally gets her name? Gap finally gets her name. Yes!
なるほどな。大悪魔のガープか。
Here she's still the Beato the Elder, I believe.
よし、我が友よ。そなたはこれよりガープだ。ガープと名乗るがよい。やれやれ。やっと私に名前がついたのね。
Yes, it's only took you 4 years!
ずっと名なしだったから嬉しいわ。
では、その調子で私にも名前を賜れますと光栄ですな。
Hi!
いつまでも家具頭だけでは味気がないというものです。
Oh my god, I missed hearing him so bad.
マリア。
It's been like half a year.
こやつにも名付けを頼む。
Yes.
こやつも大悪魔で、わらわに仕える執事のようなものだ。わらわの信頼できる部下であるぞ。
おお、ロノウェイかな。
She's the one who named him. That's so cute.
序列第27位の大悪魔だよ。
Oh, gave him even a higher rank.
頼れる従者を与えてくれると言われてる。
おや、これは奇遇ですな。私の分身である源氏の名字もロノウェ。
これは確かに奇遇。
I love the way he said it.
なるほど。そなたにこれほどふさわしい名前はないようだな。
Yes.
よし。 そなたの名はこれより牢の上だ。
He has a name. I can get on my knees. Sir, will you marry me?
おお、名前で呼ばれることのなんと甘美なことか。素敵な名前を感謝します、マリア卿。
In all caps.
形がよりしろとなるように、名前もまた強力なよりしろなの。異界の未知の存在は名前を与えるだけでもその魔力を大きく増すんだよ。
I owe Maria my life. she gave my future husband a name.
だから名前は大事なの。
そうね。本当に名前は大事ですって。
To be fair, I will also run and slide onto my knees and be like, God, please marry me too.
マリア、これからは私のことはガープって呼んでね。
Oh, Virgilia had a name already.
ガープ、良い名ですね。心得ました。それから私の大切な名前を勝手に略さないように。
No. And thus the polycule is formed.
ベアトリーチェのもとへ導く者、ワルギリアですか。それも実にいい名前。お嬢様の師匠にふさわしいですな。
ええ、とても気に入っていますよ。名前は命ですね。
Oh, this is great. Finally, I missed seeing the most powerful polycule in the world.
心より感謝するぞ。
じゃあ今度はベートの番。マリアのお友達のウサギさんたちにもまた絵を描いてあげて。
Of my bunny friends.
サク太郎みたいに。
よかろうぞ。そ
Mm.
の魔導書を貸すがよい。
Yes.
うりゅう。
ベイビー。
ベアトは絵がとっても上手だからとっても楽しみ。どんな絵になるの？どんな絵になるの？
Depression cured. My acne is gone. My crops are healed. No, wait, my crops are growing. Ah! Oh, now I finally get it. The bunnies that Maria got from Rosa in episode 4. It's the Chiester sisters. I should have known.
森の音楽隊であったな。
When did I start reading episode 4? That was like almost 2 years ago.
音楽隊、音楽隊。
I just feel a bit trollish and would like to remind that my elimination gap's double would be Dr. Natch. Honestly, Nanjo being Gap would be so funny and so amazing at the same time. I'm down. If we think about it, the polycule, like the counterparts of the polycule, I just keep saying polycule, but I should be saying trio, but whatever. So it's Genji, Ronove, Kumasawa, Virgilia, and if we see that Kumasawa and Genji are two people who knew the truth, and we need someone else who knew the truth, then yes, that's correct. It should be Nacho by process of elimination. So, Toyland, you are 100% correct. That's now also my belief. All of a sudden, Maria was no longer a little girl who did nothing but follow her mother around, laughing or crying. Though she is still young, she already has a powerful self-image and possesses enough knowledge of the magical world to surprise even me. I love Maria so much. This Maria means the world to me. Like, I actually in a friend's stream chat this week, someone asked who's your favorite autistic character representation or autism spec representation, and I named two characters. One of them is more a headcanon. And the other was Maria. Like, I'm in the autism spectrum myself as well. And my whole life, I never really had a character who I related to so strongly. To very specific experiences, me growing up and being very imaginative and daydreaming and all stuff like that. And Maria is basically almost exactly how it was like when I was younger. Sounds terrible mother. Minus the terrible mother part. And like it just warms my heart. I love her so dearly. I'm literally like that meme with episode 1 I saw Maria and I was like, if anything happens to Maria, we'll kill everyone in this room and then myself. So that's one reason why I have such a big disdain for Rosa. I know everyone who's probably ready to type in the chat or in the YouTube VOD is like, but Maria loves Rosa, and I'm like, yes, I know. I know. But still, it pisses me off so much. I had seen someone doing the episode 1 like read through with voice acting and everything. And having seen the scene between Maria and Rosa, like that one scene in episode 1 made me so upset. I literally was angry and sad for 2 days straight. That's how much it upsets me. And I already knew of that scene. I've seen it like 3 times by now, or 4 even. Anyway, TLDR, I care her very much. Alright, let me resume. Where was I? So she's still very young, she already has a powerful self-image and possession of knowledge of the magical world to surprise even me. Together, we called ourselves Maria Sorcière and made each other's magical worlds deeper and richer.
名前も立派なよりしろである。味わい深い話であるな。
よりしろとして姿はとても大事だけど、名前も負けないくらい大事なの。
Yes. 道理であるな。名も知らぬ者よりも名を知る者の方が強く印象に残るものだ。
姿や名前だけじゃないよ。もっともっと深く知ることによって、それはとても強く存在することができる。だからいろいろなことを考えてあげるの。
例えばそれは作太郎もであるか？
うん。作太郎は名前と姿だけじゃないよ。他にもいろいろあるの。
ライオンの子であったな。
作太郎は草食ライオンだからお肉は食べないの。
A vegetable lion.
でも他のみんなからは肉食だと思われて怖がられてるの。
I read that as Vegeta lion, so I pictured like Vegeta in a lion suit, and that it was just hilarious.
でも作太郎も怖がりだからお互いに怖がってるの。
Yes.
作太郎はビビリなの。
He's baby and I love him. I love him so much.
僕はお肉は食べないよ。
Saktaro did nothing wrong.
怖くないライオンだよ。
Yes. I know this and I love you.
あ、肉食スズメだ。バサバサバサ。うりゅう。スズメ怖い。さ。
There's even an image of Nanjan with gaps closed. Yo, I need to see that ASAP.
スズメは肉食ではないであろうが。
作太郎がビビリだからスズメが肉食だと信じてるの。
He's the best.
スズメはどっかに行っちゃった？うりゅう。作太郎はビビリだな。そんな怖がりじゃまた作助や作吉にお兄ちゃんは怖がりってバカにされちゃうよ。
What are those two again?
うりゅう。僕は怖がりじゃないよ。あ、スズメが戻ってきた。バサバサバサ。食べられる。
作太郎は実に面白い。今出てきた 作助や作吉というのは兄弟なのか？
Ah, okay, I already asked the same question.
お家で待ってる作太郎の弟たちなの。
ああ。
作助は作太郎よりしっかりしてて、作吉はとっても器用で何でもできるの。でもみんなとっても仲良しなんだよ。
So, are these maybe two plushes that Rosa either gifts her later or makes later? I think she gifts them.
みんなマリアのベッドの上で仲良くしてるの。
そなたのベッドの上はライオンだらけであるな。
As it should be.
だからマリアはベッドをライオンランドって呼んでるよ。ライオン以外にもいっぱい動物がいるけどね。
ライオンランドですか。それは楽しそうですな。
I can't even look at him. I can't even look at him straight.
互いが互いと交流し合うことで、さらにその存在を強め合っている。見事な世界だわ。
But I can look respectfully at Gap.
私たちももっと交流を深めた方が良いということですね。絆を深め合うことで、私たちの存在も魔力ももっともっと強くなる。
わらわたちももっともっと世界を広げようぞ。聞く限りマリアの世界は作太郎やウサギたちだけでなく、他にもまだまだいると見える。わらわたちも負けてはおれぬぞ。
おやおや、負けてはおれぬぞとなると、我らも眷属を増やしますか？
Yes.
黄金の蝶だけではどうにも面白みがない。あやつらは喋らぬからな。喋り、騒ぎ、内輪で喧嘩をするくらいに賑やかな眷属が欲しいぞ。
そうね。私たちも賑やかな方がいいに決まってる。私たちはマリアージュ・ソルシエールで世界の広げ方と眷属の増やし方を学びました。
Yes.
今やどのような眷属を増やすもあなたの想像力次第。
お嬢様、あれなどいかがです？先日ゴールドスミスの倉庫整理の折に見つけたあの物騒な道具の数々をより代にされては。
Did you just say busso? Doesn't that mean ugly?
おお、良いではないか。あのような物騒なよりしろより権限した眷属こそわらわにはふさわしいぞ。
Maybe busso can also mean dark. I'm not an expert Japanese speaker or anything.
賑やかになるな。
I've only finished like beginner course in Japanese, so my vocabulary is pretty poor.
新しいお友達がどんどん増えるの。これがマリアの魔法なの。そしてベアとはマリアのお友達に姿を与えることができる。育てることができる。
Actually, I'm gonna look this up real quick. Ah, never mind. Busu is ugly, but Buso is arms, armament, and armed. Okay, so I mistook the words. None of them called them ugly. Good.
マリアが生み、わらわが育てるか。これぞマリアージュ・ソルシエールであるな。それにしてもウサギの耳はなかなかに難しい。
Bunny ears are hard.
ウサギたちの権限はなかなかに手間取るぞ。
Oh, I'm just imagining her having trouble drawing the bunny ears and then just taking an eraser and just erasing and redrawing again and then erasing. She's like, it doesn't look right. I know the feel.
せっかくですから可愛くしてあげたいものですね。
And lesbians. Make them lesbians, please.
無論であるわ。それこそわらわの腕の見せ所であるぞ。
Yes. Create a creature, give it a name, give it a form. Doing that is no different from giving birth to a new life. When a human gives birth to a child, they give it a form, give it a name to identify it by, and deepen its character by raising it in the world. Maria Sorcier is doing exactly the same thing. In our world, we can create whatever creatures we think of, give them forms, give them names, and make them friends we can interact with. We were engrossed with our game in this world called Maria Sorcière. At least, Maria was engrossed. She would badger me to play this game every time she came, and of course, I was too. However, when Maria started happily writing something and I just sat there for a while, I must admit that I sighed and looked up at the sky, making sure she didn't notice. It's fun to increase the numbers of our minions. They make things lively, so I do not tire of it. I may have tired of my minions alone, but even that problem goes away when I can interact with Marias as well. It takes two people to create a universe. I now have that second person, so I'm satisfied. But she still feels the pain that Shannon gave to her. I think I am satisfied. And yet, one little part of me is not. It really is a tiny part. After all, it's so much fun playing with Maria that time seems to fly on by. But even so, when I look up at the sky, during those short moments, I feel an empty feeling I can't describe. I know. My universe is not complete. My apologies to Maria, but she is not the second person I want to create a universe with. No matter how much I nurture my world with her, the roots of love in my heart leave gaps. Aww. 4 years have already passed since that day. He left saying he'd come for me riding a white horse, and I was the only one without a letter. And he even said that he probably wouldn't be returning to Rokkenjima. Now she's the one feeling the pain. Is this love? I always believed that love was so much sweeter, so much more intoxicating. But now, I don't know anymore. Though I long for him so much, it's maddening. I can sometimes feel hatred underneath. However, even that hatred is wrapped in adoration, as we have witnessed in the first 4 episodes. Oh my god, the pain. The roots of love have remained in the corners of my heart all this time. At some point, I gave up hoping that that battle would return. However, the roots of love stayed right where they were. In other words, even 4 years later, I still believe he will come back someday. The flower of my love has curled up and withered as though against the winter cold. However, the root is still alive, and it is always waiting for him to return, waiting for a chance to bloom beautifully again. I'm grateful to Maria. Maria Sorcière has eased the burden on my heart so much. If we hadn't met like this, I may have withered away along with that root. Maria is a reason to stay alive. That hurts, man. Even this incomplete universe is necessary for me to remain alive now. I must live on until I can create my complete universe. Until that day, I will not be complete. Though I have a form in the name, no matter how deep my world grows, I will not be complete. Man.
わらわは満たないのだ。
I accidentally muttered what I had been thinking. Maria stopped talking to Sakutaro. I regretted that my slip of the tongue had ruined this fun time, but there was a long silence before I could smooth it over. I laughed, but it probably sounded hollow. Maria, not knowing why my face had suddenly changed like this, looked taken aback.
わらわの眷属たちは次々に世界を深め、そのわらわだけがいつまでも満たぬ。なぜ満たぬかは分かっているのだ。
それは魔力が足りないからだよ。
Maria answered instantly. Beatrice has lost her magical power and is unable to regain the strength she once had. That's how the story goes. So Maria's answer was correct. That's right. I may be incomplete because I have lost my magical power. In that case, if my power becomes complete, and I revive in the true sense, will my world become complete as well? Does that mean that the person I want to nourish a universe with will come back? If, as I claim, I really was able to control miracles at will in the past with my magic, then if I succeeded in reviving, would that miracle definitely occur? If such a thing were possible, I'd want true magical power to use for my resurrection. Is this when she decides to solve the epitaph, or at least try to? The ritual. Yep, she gave the idea. If you read the epitaph literally, it does sound like a witch's resurrection ceremony. To Maria, who believes in witches, that epitaph must be a ceremony in itself. Unlike the other family members, it seems that she is not very interested in the location of the hidden gold. Of course not. Man, whenever I look at Maria, I feel both elated and pained just at the thought that she died so young. She sure does. The epitaph of the portrait. So must I face the epitaph's riddle after all? Your screen is frozen? Is it? Hold on. Let me try pulling up the menu. Okay, I looked over on the stream and it looks like it's showing up, but it could be that my connection is a little bit unstable because Twitch is saying that it's unstable. I refreshed, it's fine. Okay, so maybe it's just that my connection is unstable because, like I said, Twitch is showing me that the average stream bitrate is too high and that it's unstable. I should get that checked sometime because I've been getting that notification a lot lately. If I did happen to solve it, that would surely be a miracle. Will doing that bring about another miracle and return my miraculous power to me? Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. You who seeks the Golden Land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. As you travel down the river, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two will tell you of. There sleeps the key to the Golden Land.
川を下れば里もあろうが、二人が口にする騎士とは何か。
The one who obtains the key must then travel to the Golden Land in accordance with these rules. So those who do not have the key need to not read the rest? I do not understand it, but that's not how this riddle works. Sorry. I do not understand it, but that's how this riddle is. It's practically unsolvable, so solving it will be a miracle. That much makes sense. I felt a stabbing pain in my body. The anti-magic toxin had burned my skin. Some human is probably approaching. I raised my form. Multiple sets of footsteps approached. It was Genji, Shannon, and Kanon too.
皆、碑文の謎解きに夢中なようだな。
はい、使用人たちの中にも碑文を書き写して持ち帰り、謎解きに挑む者が多いようです。
本当にあの謎を解くと10トンの黄金が見つかるのでしょうか。
うん、それは間違いない。
わかりません。
So Genji does confirm it.
どうして親方様は大切な黄金の隠し場所を謎めいた碑文とはいえ、こうして誰もが目にできる場所にさらすのでしょう。
それが親方様の魔法であり、親方様はこの難解な謎を解いた者はベアトリーチェ様の魂を宿すと信じている。
不思議な賭け、いえ魔法ですね。
オカルト狂いも行き着くところまで行ったってわけだ。
そんなこと言っちゃダメ。
碑文の謎に挑む資格は全ての者に許されている。
Kanon is violence in words.
無論それは使用人も例外ではない。お前は挑んでいるのか？
いえ、こんな難しい謎、私にはさっぱりですし。
Are you sure about that?
それに
Miss reads a lot of mystery novels.
それに
10トンも黄金があっても特に使い道も思いつきませんし。
Oh, that's okay, but that's painful. That's pain.
私は今の穏やかな日がいつまでも続いてくれればそれで十分だと思ってます。
姉さんは最近ジョージ様といい雰囲気みたいだからね。
Okay. The seed has sprout.
浮かれて変なドジしなきゃいいけど。
そんなことありません。
It's interesting how Shannon gave her heart away so that she could forget the pain of being in love with Battler. And then sprouts another one with George. With a backward glance at this conversation, Genji walked up to the portrait and looked up at the witch. When they saw what Genji was doing, Shannon and Kanon immediately went silent. Genji, who was the head of the servants, the closest in age to Kinzo, and the one whom Kinzo called a friend, probably understood Kinzo's heart better than anyone else. What did he think when he looked at this portrait? Neither Shannon nor Kanon could tell. I think he's in pain.
懐かしき故郷を貫く鮎の川。
Suddenly, Genji started reciting the epitaph. Shannon quickly nodded to show that she was listening, but it wasn't clear whether he was talking to her at all. Genji, his back still to them, continued.
親方様が懐かしむ故郷は小田原ではない。
遠方にお住まいだったと聞いたことがあります。
どこかは存じませんが。
台湾だ。
Taiwan, okay. Genji turned around and spoke that single word.
そうだったのですか。
なるほど。やっとクラウス様の話がつながったよ。ほら、親方様が好まれる貧乏。
Oh, okay.
そういえばクラウス様、あれは台湾ではタバコのようにポピュラーな嗜好品だとおっしゃってましたっけ？
ああ。
それで親方様は槟榔を。
In the half century before the war, Taiwan was under the rule of Japan. Many Japanese had moved there, seeking a new frontier. Ginzo's family was a branch family of the Ushiromiyas. Apparently, they were only distantly related to the head family, so they were able to form a new life and a new future, without being constrained by the head family in Odawara. Shannon and Kano nodded their understanding, but they didn't know why Genji had suddenly broached this subject.
では、親方様の故郷の台湾に鮎の泳ぐ川があって、そこに鍵があるということでしょうか。
姉さんはバカだな。鮎の泳ぐ川なんていくらでもあるに決まってる。
わからないよ。親方様が台湾のどちらにお住まいだったかは知らないけれど、そこには川が一つしかないのかもしれない。
Well, neither of them ever left Rokkenjima, right?
だったらそこってことになるじゃない？
姉さんは楽観的だな。
Come to think of it, where exactly is the Fukuin house?
そんな簡単なことで謎が解けるものか。
Oh, wait, never mind. They went to school. They went to school. I'm sorry.
親方様の魔法の儀式。
Scratch what I said.
挑む者が多いほどにその力を増すと仰せだ。お前も挑戦してみなさい。誰にも等しく機会は与えられているのだ。
Still though, I think Shannon and Kanon's world must pretty much be just Rokkenjima, Fukuin House, school. And maybe the few buildings around school.
どうせ解けないさ。くだらない。
Genji spun around. Shannon and Kanon hurried to follow after him. When his footsteps receded and silence returned, a gold butterfly flittered out from among the shadows.
Taiwan,
And the aquarium. Ah! Oh, alright. That's what the aquarium was for. Dang it, everything Ryokishi does is always of relevance. Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. In other words, the Sweetfish River running through Taiwan. But however, the word Taiwan interests me. What's this word? Taciturn? Genji muttered it without anyone asking. So is it even possible that it means nothing? What the hell does taciturn mean? Clearly, Genji's saying it has something to do with the epitaph riddle. It's almost as though that was a hint for solving it. Schweigsam. Ah, okay. So basically quiet. Taiwan. I have traveled the world at times during these past 1,000 years. German was your language, right? Yeah, German and Portuguese. Those two are my native languages. Although I do speak and read English so much that I'm almost more fluent in English, actually. But yeah, got it right there. Yeah, I do live in Germany at the moment, so I actually do speak German more than Portuguese lately. So yeah, German is probably more helpful because Portuguese has been on my mind a lot still. I still talk a lot in Portuguese. But just with my mom and a few friends, right? So it's a little bit different. Taiwan. I have traveled the world at times during these past 1,000 years, but I know nothing of the place. Where might I find a book about Taiwan? Kinzo Study is the first place that comes to mind if one is looking for books. But that won't work. The charm on that room prevents me from entering. So, the library, is it? I think in Portuguese, taciturn is taciturno, but that would leave you the same way I feel. Oh yeah, definitely. In German, I understood immediately. It's just a synonym for someone who's quiet. Kinzo's vast collection of books grows each year. The books that don't fit in his study are stored in the book storage room that we usually call the library. Of course, there are countless books just in this place. The library has everything. The library has everything from valuable books to apparently worthless books, all packed together like an antique shop. There was a golden glint in the keyhole of the library's door, and a gold butterfly flitted out. There it is. Hello.
愛も変わらずひどい匂いのする部屋よ。
Stinky as ever.
ほこり、カビ。なるほど。知識とはこういう匂いなのか。
The stench of knowledge. I love how she puts it. Well, well now, how can I find a book on Taiwan amongst all this? The prospect is almost dizzying. However, I realized it right away. If I wanted to quickly find out about Taiwanese rivers, I didn't want a book on Taiwan.
地図帳ではないか。
An atlas, I see.
どこかにありそうであるな。探せ。我が眷属の長たちよ。この誇り臭く誇り高き知識の墓所より、わらわの探す本を探し出せ。
Yeah, Eva does mention the atlas in episode 3. A cloud of countless gold butterflies appeared at my feet. They swayed, blew like the wind, and coiled themselves around the library. Eventually, the cloud of butterflies selected a single book. It seems that this is the one. Funk. Big book.
ご苦労であるぞ。うん。世界の地図帳。アジア編であるか。
Oh, okay, I see.
誰であるな。
It was a grand, thick illustrated encyclopedia of maps, several volumes long. There was even a thick section on Taiwan. This should be plenty useful.
台湾とな。南北 394km、東西 144km。
はあ。
面積約36000平方キロメートル。ほほう。なかなかに広大であるな。
Yes, chunky. By area that's about the same size as Kyushu in Japan. This led Beato to a very natural question.
金蔵はこれほどの広大な島のどこに住んでいたというのか。
The Sweetfish River.
台湾とは言ったが、台湾のどことは言わなかったぞ。
Oh, thank you for the posture check, Redeem. You're right. I actually was pretty leaned in right now. Whoops. Thank you. Thank you for the redeem. Oops.
これはうかつであった。
Beato had vaguely assumed that the riddle would be solved in a flash if she could just look at the map of Taiwan. However, Taiwan is no small place. Just which part of this large island did Kinzo call his beloved hometown? I kept looking through books in this dusty library, sometimes having to cough. And I was not happy with being stuck in a place like this.
一番大きな都市は台北か。かつては大正町なるところに日本人たちが住んでいたとの記述もあるぞ。金蔵もやはりここに住んでいたのであろう。いやいや、そう決めつけるのは早計であるぞ。その保証はない。
I'll skip to the next part before I settle on anything more specific than just Taiwan itself. A Sweetfish River running through the hometown. What's this? There are 129 rivers in Taiwan!
129本。この中のどれだけに鮎が泳いでいたやら。考えただけでもめまいがするわ。
Actually, Rosa also mentions this in episode 3, that she said she spent too much time on the river. And Eva sometime figured out that this was a part meant to skip or something else. This was quickly becoming ridiculous. Genji must have been muttering nonsense to himself after all. I only thought he was giving out a hint about the epitaph. I tossed the book aside, used magic to turn a bookshelf into a sofa, and plopped down on top of it. What an image. For a while, I grumbled about getting tricked and looked up at the ceiling. I was annoyed, so I felt like gathering all this room's dust, packing it into a ball, and tossing it into Genji's teacup. So I glanced down at the floor. The book I had thrown away lay open on the ground. A gold butterfly was resting on that open page. Tossing a book at random and reading an oracle from the page it happened to open to is kind of a ritual. I see, so that page might have some sort of hint. Not entirely convinced, I picked the book up. The open page was probably very near the one I had been reading. Apparently, it was a page explaining Taiwan's geography. Oddly enough, it was a page about rivers and lakes. What? There were 6 major rivers listed. Chusui River, Kaoping River, Danshui River, Dajia River, and Zhengmun River, Dadu River. My apologies if I pronounced any of those names very wrong. An idea came to me then. Sweetfish are a freshwater fish, and you don't find ocean water in rivers, unless it's extremely dirty or blocked by a dam. Any river might have sweetfish in it. Danshui River flows from Taipei to the harbor town of Danshui. I see. It isn't called that because of the water in it, but because of the town at its mouth. As you travel down the river, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two will tell you of. Ah! There it is! I realize that this is stupid. And yet, there's something about this town... It's this. This is it. Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. That line should be talking about one of the 129 rivers. Sweetfish are freshwater fish. And here's this freshwater river flowing down a town called Freshwater, not Fleshwater. It's like a strange trivial word game. Or could it be some kind of code? I've been looking for books here so long that the dust is piling up on me. If I give up now, it will all have been a waste of time. Very well. Why don't I test my luck and see if the random page of the book opened to contains an oracle. I turn to the next page, trying to search in even greater detail.
この謎解きは遊びのつもりでした。そして使用人たちはみんなこの謎解きゲームに夢中でした。私もそのうちの一人に加わるだけのつもりでした。熱中できる読み物を久しく失い、退屈していた私はその本を自室に持ち帰り、毎晩眺めました。地図帳に
Every night.
気分の謎のヒントが。
第3のゲームでエヴァは書庫で何かの本を調べて謎を解いた。
It was the Atlas.
そして第5のゲームでフルドエリカは謎を解くために書庫で求めた本は地図帳だった。
Oh, never mind. It was Erika that said it was an atlas. It wasn't Eva.
では、やはり台湾の地図に何か秘密が。アユの川とは淡水河を暗示していると信じました。地図で淡水河を毎日たどり、 地形を細かく調べました。もちろん鮎の泳ぎそうな小さな渓流もいくつも調べました。でも何も分かりませんでした。
過去のゲームでの情報によるなら、それは川じゃない。だが流れるものだ。エヴァはそう読み解いた。
川ではない。
はい。
I wonder how this part of the story would have gone if Umineko took place in modern day.
淡水河とは無関係でした。
As in modern day 2010 plus.
しかしやはり今にして思えばあれは信託だったのです。淡水河自体は無関係でしたが、それはやはり大きなヒントになったのです。
川は無関係なのにヒントにはなると思う。
落ち着いて考えろ。川でなく流れるものを考える。
つまり水以外が流れる何か。
何が思いつく？発想を柔軟にしろ。
ビル、謎かけごっこはもううんざりしてるわ。じらさないで教えちゃいなさいよ。
Fucking Burn is like is like the Jesus.
あなたは解けたんでしょ？気分。
She's like, I'm done with this, just say the answer. I mean, didn't she solve the epitaph herself?
おそらくな。
水以外で流れるもの物流。例えば街道とか道路とか。
正解です。鮎の皮が川そのものを刺さないことに気づくのに、私は膨大な。
そうだ。
Yeah, that's a part that's what I meant with Rosa having stuck too much time on the river and saying that it was kind of a trick.
淡水の名がつく川以外のものがある。それは物や人が流れ、上りも下りもある。
上り下り。
Up and down.
まさか。
そうだ。
Stairs?
鉄道だ。
Railroads, never mind. The Danshui Line. It's a railway that goes from Taipei to Danshui Harbor. It was constructed in 1901 while Taiwan was under Japanese rule. Afterwards, the number of stations continued to grow and it became a major artery into Taipei. This railroad was used after the war as well and is still in common use as the Danshui Line of the Taipei Rapid Transit System. Its route begins at Taipei Station and continues on until the town of Danshui. Station. Station. Formerly station. I can't read kanji. Oh my god. Station. 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 Formerly station. Station. Formerly station. It's a station formerly known as station, formerly known as station, station, formerly known as station. A village. Help! I can't read kanji! Station, formerly station. How do you read this? Thank you! Kirigan, okay, I see. Couldn't they have put some furigana? At least. I think the kanji was instrumental though, because kanjis have multiple meanings and also that much I know. So that's probably why they didn't put furigana in, because you need to know the meaning of the kanji, I believe.
里だけじゃなく岸まであるわね、その駅の名前。
Yeah, see?
果たしてその駅を示しているのか、短くない時間を悩みました。里という文字と岸という文字、なんとなく謎々の文字遊びのように感じていました。
このキリガンの1文字目の口辺の漢字、 口の脇にあるこれはそのと読みますよね。
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. As much as I would have liked to have furigana to read, because I can read hiragana and katakana, because I learned from beginner course, but I did start like my second Japanese course, which was like beginner amateur, I would say, because it was still on the easy part. And kanji racked my brain, but I did learn that kanjis have multiple meanings and you can read them in two ways, I think. You can read them in two, they have two readings, each kanji, but they also have like multiple meanings as well. So yeah, that's probably why the kanji was so instrumental in this mystery.
口にしで口の文字もあるし。でも二人が口にしの意味がわからない。
The three characters of Kirigan can split into a mouth, a dat, a village, and a shore. Those are all words that appear in the epitaph. In that village, look for the shore the two will tell you of. You can read it as a code for the name of the station. However, I don't understand the part about the two.
私もそこに引っかかりました。しかし、きっとこれを指し示すに違いないという強い信念がありました。
この駅名が旧名であるように、この地名も何か旧名があるのでは。
そうだ。もともとキリガン駅は地名から名付けられたものだ。そして地名のキリガンは駅名と違いこう書く。
Yeah, there we go.
口が2つ。調べればすぐにわかることでした。やはり碑文はこのキリガンのことを指し示していたのです。
ではここに黄金鏡の鍵が眠っていると。
Man, that's so cool. I'm not saying this sarcastically. I legitimately mean it. This is really cool way to hide your mysteries.
普通に考えればそうなります。しかし台湾まではるばる行けるわけもなく、当然キリガンと呼ばれる土地も広大です。そのどこに小さな鍵が隠されているのかわかるはずもない途方に暮れました。
しかしお前は諦めなかったな。
碑文の少なくとも最初の5行については確実に答えを手に入れたと確信していた私にとって、これはもう何よりも面白いゲーム、ミステリーでした。
I almost gave up then. However, there was no doubt that I had the key in my hand, so I decided to travel to the Golden Land in accordance with the epitaph.
第一の晩に鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げよ。
この一文を見てわかることは、鍵とはすなわち6つの何かを示せるということだ。
It's really well done. Even Japanese people racked their brains with the epitaph and couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I do hear about that. I heard from a friend that, from one of my closest friends, in fact, who also really likes Umineko. It's Erin is the one who guests with Kisaniya on Sundays when both of them do Umineko readings. Erin has already read everything. And like Umineko is straight up her favorite novel. She's basically being the co-host for Nia's Sunday Umineko streams. So Erin told me someday that I think we were talking about Umineko Sotsu. Sorry, not Umineko Sotsu. I meant to say Higurashi Sotsu, and we eventually came to the discussion. Why is it that Ryokishi made the answer arcs for Sotsu literally just explanations, like very literal explanations and the most obvious answers ever? And she thought that maybe it was because of what happened with criticism towards Umineko, and I asked what was it, and she told me in an interview or something that Ryokishi said he got a lot of flack from Umineko readers because not only were the riddles very hard, the mysteries, but the answer arcs weren't also spelling out everything, like spelling it out 100%. I mean, now that I'm reading the episodes 5, 6, and 7, while I can't start anything with the epitaph, I think he's pretty much already spelling it out here, so I do wonder why did people think that he didn't spell it out enough? But yeah. I definitely recommend those Sunday Umineko streams. They are very good, and Erin is an amazing friend. She's a great co-host as well, so yeah. And Nia is also really amazing, so definitely recommend those Sunday Umineko streams. I like that it doesn't spell everything out anyway. Yeah, I do like that as well. I like that. That's actually something that I really hated about Ikigurashi Sotsu. How it literally was just not only like the most bare bones easiest answers on the earth, it was literally just like the same arcs just with extra scenes, so that it was like literally spelled out to you what happened. I was like, where's the fun? Where's the fun in the mystery solving? Like, this isn't what happened, for example, in Higurashi in the original. Like, even regardless if you watched the anime or read the manga or the visual novel, the answer arcs weren't like literal answers, right? You still had some mystery solving to do with Meakashi and Tsumuhoroboshi Hen. And I think Minagoroshi as well. You had to do... It was a lot of answers, but you still had to do a lot of mystery solving. And Umineko, I really like that it doesn't like open the book for you, basically. I've been told that episode 7 is basically like your reward and your answer book, where you check your theories and see if you were correct. But by episode 6, everything is already laid out for you. And I like that.
6つの何か。私も頭が固い人間でしたから、とにかく6に関わる何かがないかと本を6キリガンという鍵のありかは言葉遊びによって隠されていました。ならばきっとこの6もまた言葉遊びに関わるに違いない。6探しました。6を。
For 6.
このキリガンという文字が6つに分解できるとか。
God, I know how to write the kanjis for 1 through 5, but 6 I forgot.
いい推理だ。しかし、この3つの漢字といくらにらめっこしても答えは出ない。
Although I did forget the kanji for 4.
そもそもキリガンなんて読み方自体日本語読みだ。
Yeah.
では現地では何と。
キリアン。
チーリアン。
あ、チリアン。
それは英語だと6文字。
ああ。
じゃあやはりこれは言葉遊び。
第一の番に鍵の選びし6文字を生贄に捧げよう。
I see. Oh, this is really awesome. Talking about it like this, it sounded like a line of reasoning that can be reached in a second. However, it took a long time before I reached this spot on my own. A dizzying number of nights passed from the time Genji uttered that single word to the time I got this far.
では、この6文字を生贄に捧げるとは一体どういう意味でしょう。
続く第2の番以降、残されし者で話が進んで
いる。
何かの文字列から鍵の6文字を間引き、残った文字でどうこうしろと言っていることが推理できる。
Yeah.
しかし、何から6文字を間引くのか。それにも長く悩みました。ここからはもはや新しい謎。誰の助けもなく、今度こそ自分の力だけで解かねばなりませんでした。
過去のゲームの中で第一の番について何か仮説を立てていたような気がします。
Yeah.
第10の番の 黄金の里に注目した推理だ。碑文の中には他に4度も黄金鏡という単語が登場するのに、なぜかこれ一つだけが黄金の里と記されている。
なぜ第10の番だけ黄金の里なのか、これに気づくのにも、そしてどうしてなのかに気づくのにも、これまた長い時間をかけました。
ローザの推理はこうだと。黄金の里を京と読み、京都の京と読み解いた。
Yeah.
いい推理だったが惜しかった。今日は京都以外にも読み解けた。
今日京都以外で読み解く。
難しく考えるな。そのままだ。
力。
今日です。いえ、今日ではなく K と読みましょうか。
Okay, never mind.
数字の単位です。
Twilight number 10. Ah, wait, you go from...
千万億兆 K。 数字の単位。私の場合はこの六軒島にいるという地の利がありましたから、 K を思い当たるヒントはあったのです。私の場合は先に答えが分かってから逆に問題の意味が分かったという感じでした。
ややこしいことを言うとリオンが混乱する。話を戻そう。第10の番に一景に至るならば、第1の番はいくつになる？
一景の10分の1ですから。
1 tenth of thousands.
船長。
正解だ。船長から鍵の選びし6文字を間引くんだ。
チーリーアンが英語である以上、船長も英語であろうとはすぐに察しました。
船長は英語ではクワドリリオン。
ああ。
第5のゲームでのバトラの推理通り11文字だ。いや、これはあんたの推理だった。
くしくも6文字の鍵の冒頭も9。きっとこれに違いないと直感しました。
Leon took a notepad from a pocket and spelled out quadrillion and Kilian. The two words even looked similar at a glance.
確かにクワドリリオンの中には鍵が示す6文字が確かに含まれています。
Wait, let me do the same. So, quadrillion. And Kilian. Let me just see if Kilian was written with 1 L or 2. 1. Okay. What happens if you remove the 1? And remove the A. Remove 2 of the I's and the L. And the N. Nah, that can't be right. I probably got it wrong. Wait. U3 U3LO. Yeah, that's what I have. We're left with 5 meaningless letters. However, the important thing is the number 5. After all, in the next part of the epitaph, the word kill appears 5 times. And then on the 9th twilight, none shall be left alive. Oh, thank you. Hi, Argo. How you doing? Thank you for the snore. In other words, there should be 5 letters left. The Argo summoning sound.
しかもこの5文字は第5のゲームでのバトラさんの推理通り寄り添っている文字があります。D と R です。
The D and R, yeah.
これが寄り添いし2人に違いない。
The two who are close. So kill the two who are close.
ここまで来ればもはや謎はほ とんど解けたも同然。
逆に言えば碑文だけで解ける謎はここまでだ。
It says for
言葉遊びを続けたり答えはわかるかもしれねえが仕掛けは開かない。
そうです。ここまでが分かればあとはそれに従いえぐりて殺すのみです。
It's to gouge and kill, huh?
その場所の心当たりの方が先だったわけだな。
はい。もともと碑文が現れるより以前からそこに黄金が隠されているのではないかと。そしてそこに謎めいた一文があればきっと何か秘密が隠されているに違いないと思うのは当然のこと。その場所と
はthe secret mansion, right?
黄金鏡の入り口を開ける仕掛け感のいいやつな鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げる第一の鍵。どこの
それは船長のことであって場所のことではないのでは。
船長と記された場所だ。
Where could really is written?
お前は知ってるはずだが。それともクソ真面目に金蔵の言いつけを守り近寄らなかったから知らないというのか。
Wait. Oh, this is a good cliffhanger to end on. Because I've been reading for almost 3 hours and I am starting to get a bit tired. It's almost time for me to sleep. I mean, I don't have to hurry about now getting streams done because I am in the living room now. Yeah, I think I want to save this final chapter, chapter 9, for next time. I need to go to bed as well. So we're gonna save here and we'll leave this final chapter, this chapter 9, not the final Umineko chapter. We still have one whole episode to read. But yes, we're going to witness Beato's revival next time. And then I can rack my own brain over the epitaph as well until then. At this moment, I'm too sleepy for that. So, okay, let's go back. Thanks for the stream. Thank you as well for coming and for chatting about Umineko with me. I don't have many people to talk about Umineko with aside of the one friend I mentioned earlier. So it feels really nice to be able to talk to more people about Umineko. But yeah, oh, hold on. Before I keep talking, let me switch over to the main screen. I need to finish up soon as well because my phone is running out of battery. And I can't stay up for too much longer before the phone runs out of battery. Okay, but today was pretty good. It felt pretty good reading Umineko, especially now that I didn't have to hurry about reading. The tracking was working well as well, and I'm so happy. The iPhone that I got, that got lent to me by a friend, like this old unused iPhone, it's like, it's world changing. The tracking is world changing. At least I have the opinion that it is. I don't know how the others who have watched me thus far felt. When did I start using the phone? I think I started using it this week or last week. No, sorry. I started using it last week. And quite frankly, I even asked the friend who lent me the phone if I could buy it off them, and we actually made a deal. Basically, I'm buying the phone off them by making PNG tubers for them, which my current pricing for PNG tubers does line up with how this particular iPhone model costs. So basically, we saved the transactions in exchange for a commission slot, basically. They wanted PNG tubers from me to begin with, so they were like, why don't we just save the steps and just do the thing? And I was like, you know what? That works. I'll take that. So yeah, I'm very elated about it. I'm very happy because now I can actually change the donation goal to just get the stream deck and maybe something else related to streams, but the iPhone part thankfully got resolved, at least for now. I'm pretty happy with having this iPhone here, the iPhone 11 in particular. I did want eventually to have an iPhone Pro because of the photo capabilities and video capabilities, because my phone is not that great. But I have to test out the iPhone 11 in terms of camera settings, because maybe it might be better than my current phone, which is an Android. But yeah, I think I can adjust the coffee thing to focus just on the Stream Deck. And I'll think about if I need anything else. But otherwise, I think... No, maybe I'll change this to Stream Deck and a particular kind of asset, maybe. I'm trying to actually save up for a background commission for just chatting purposes, because I drew my own. Yeah, and every time I look at it, I'm like, damn, I need a new one. This one isn't very good. It's not very good. I don't like it very much anymore. Yes, exactly. That's the exact sound that I feel about my current background. It just doesn't fit. I drew it for a time which I didn't have my updated designs anymore. In which I didn't have my updated designs. So I definitely thought about commissioning someone for a background. Mayhaps even two, because normal Yuppie can have her own background, but I need my own. I need my own. I have a regal room. I have a regal room. Yeah, her room is my room too, but I also have my own. I have my own witch realm that I have to use. I need to get back to, and thus far I'm stuck in this not well color matched room. The only thing that I have is my Beato plushie, and this needs to change. But yeah. I haven't ordered a background yet. I'm mostly still looking at artists and how exactly I should order. Because I'm still racking my brain about whether I'll make it 3D or 2D. Because 3D, I could reuse it for illustrations, although I'd ask the 3D artist if this is fine. And if I need to pay an extra license on top, then so be it. I will pay it. But also at the same time, it's a bit harder to find 3D artists who do backgrounds, in particular, that isn't immediately VR chat world. And a lot of the backgrounds that I like thus far, at least looking through VGen and the like, are mostly 2D. There are some 3D artists that I did like the looks of, but I'm still trying to decide between the two, because technically I don't even know if I'm going to be doing just chatting streams that much, so I thought the 3D background would be of use in other areas as well. Especially now that I'm tinkering with 3D a little bit myself. But yeah, all right. So let me just look at the calendar for a second. Oh, this was the last Thursday of the month. I actually should have done the open lobby stream today. But okay, maybe I'll do the open lobby stream next week instead on Thursday. Let's see. Okay, so next week definitely will be Retro Tuesday again. I'll be finishing up Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure, and potentially might even be doing a run in Krillin mode. It shouldn't take more than 2 streams, so next Retro Tuesday is definitely Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure next Tuesday, and next Thursday I'll think about hosting the open lobby. Although I still need to think about what game I'd do. I did think about TBFZ, but I'm not sure if they released a patch that fixed the latest patch. The whole spectating glitching stuff and the like. Or if I'll do Guilty Gear, because I need to practice in Guilty Gear. Or if I'll do Puyo Puyo Tetris. I need to decide. That said, I did have a great time today. So, I'll be wishing you guys all a good night. And before we finish up, Is there anything here that I still have left to announce? No, not really. Okay, so I have already announced it a few days ago, but for those who missed it, I have opened commissions again for the next batch, and I'll be taking the batch for all of May as well. And I have updated my convention schedule. You can see it in my website. I'll even pull it up here for a second so that everyone can see it. Do we have... Where's the browser? The browser tab. Now I'll have to make a new one. Okay, so... window capture. Browser capture. Where did it go? Where is it? Browser capture. Firefox, there we go. Okay. Let me just show real quick. Right here. Upcoming convention schedule. I have it right here. So I'll be going to... Next month, I will be going to Hanami in Koblenz, as well as Comic Salon Erlangen immediately the week afterwards. Then you'll be seeing me at Dokomi, then at Anime Messe Babelsberg, Kaidan-Con, and Comic-Con Stuttgart. Those are all confirmed. I have applied for a few conventions in August, September, October, but they still need to be answered too. I still need to get confirmations for those. So I'll be updating the convention schedule as soon as I have it. As soon as I have more confirmations. Also, for those who missed it yesterday, the photo, I have finished packaging my pins. Now I just need to package my charms and do the production photos and put up the shop articles. But shop is almost finished. I know I keep saying it almost every time, like, oh, the shop is opening soon, maybe next week, and then it gets delayed another week and another week and another week and another week. But in this case, it was because the backing cards I ordered from one manufacturer came out like shit. And so I ordered from another one, and they arrived yesterday, and I spent all evening packaging pins. But then I saw that the bags, the transparent like bags to put the backing cards in weren't big enough for the charm ones, so I had to get more just to package them. But honestly, if they're not here by the end of the week, fuck it, I'll just get the stuff for the store done. All right, now I definitely need to go because my phone is running out of battery. It won't be able to run forever. And so I'll be catching you guys next week on Tuesday with Retro Tuesday, Midward DBS, the Midward Dragon Ball, and next Thursday potentially with Open Lobby, but I'll decide on that. So have a good night, everyone, and thank you for coming. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye bye.